Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa, and today we're going to sort of do like a bust a scrap, but we are going to kind of create sort of more scraps, but I think you'll like them. All right, so what I have here is some return envelopes, regular envelopes that I've received with windows in them. So I've cut them apart so I can make in the future window pockets, envelopes, etc. But this is not the project today. The project today involves the other half of these envelopes. So here is the other half of the envelopes. And as you can see, there is a wide variety of, I don't even know what you want to call these. They're security markings, lines, etc. And I thought they would be kind of fun to color and use these as tidbits. So I have gone through, and I've done a couple already. And I am using my alcohol markers. Now, you might not have alcohol markers, and I'm thinking that watercolor paints would work for this. Possibly regular, like acrylic markers could work for this. It might be a little thick, or water down some acrylic paints, stuff like that. You would have to probably test what you have to see if they would work. But as you can see, the alcohol markers really work really well for this because they are a bit see-through. So test what you have and see what can work for this. But as you can see, alcohol markers work really well. So instead of coloring the whole background one color, I have gone, as you can see, and made different colors. And what I've done is taken some of my stamps. Now I have those new stamp punches that I have. I've got a circle and a square and whatever shapes you have you could possibly use. And I've gone and cut a few of them out already. As you can see, I've done the stamp ones, some of the square ones in one color. This one was a little wider, so I had to cut two and cut them as one color. But then I went on the other one and I went across a couple colors. So I did that and multiple colors. Same with the circle here, did multiple colors to use as tidbits. So what I was thinking to do is you could have these as little tidbits laying around, and then you've got these kind of circle things, and you could add them as an item to something. I've got my little tissue paper here from the last project. Glue that down onto there. Add a little tidbit to it. And there you go. This was a card I just been having laying around that is a, I guess it goes that way, the words go that way. Let's glue it down. So you can just, like I said, use it as a little piece to add to something. Glue that down. And we'll glue this down. Do I have something else? Oh, I have this guy. Oh, we'll just put that on there. Now, as you can see, I mean, I could definitely add a few more things to this, but just for purposes of demonstration, I'll put a butterfly or something up here. We'll have this blue and pink butterfly. The blue letters and pink on that circle. And now we have a cute little fun card to tuck into something. So simple, and just adds a little fun color to it. So let me show you how easy it is to make these with my alcohol inks. All right, so we're gonna use this. Now I did start on this one, so I might as well go ahead and finish it. All right, so it really kind of is an experiment what colors will work on these, and as you can see, I kind of also overlap them to get an additional color change with them. And it really just depends on the background, what it's going to look like. So this one was, oh, this one, kind of a lightish gray. And this one, I wasn't sure if it would work, because look how dark it is, but it really, truly does work as a fun background for that. And this is more blue than the other ones. So let's see what, this was a light blue, or a light purple, I believe. Let's see what a yellow does. I was using the broad ends of these markers, and I started farther out, and then I just worked my way in. And if you ever worked with alcohol markers, if you overlap them, you get different shades of stuff. And sometimes it worked better, and sometimes it didn't work as well. But there we go. All right, let's try pink. And the reason I did different colors was just to have a variety. Oops, I want to do a little farther out here. Let's split that in half. I wanted to have a variety of tidbits. I didn't need, you know, 1,000 tidbits that color, but to have a wide variety of tidbits, I thought was a good idea. So we're going to overlap that, and it turns it kind of an orangish color. And then also with, as you saw with these, if I overlap them, cut between them, you get a totally different look for them. So what would go next good to pink? Let's see if I can do a turquoise green. Now that one is definitely dark. Now I start with the outside and work my way in, because it gave this other color a chance to kind of dry a little bit too. So when I did the overlap, it would blend in there. See, that one overlap didn't go as well. But again, this is a scrap piece of envelope. Really, truly is kind of garbagey. But these really, the colors with the blue in the back really made them a little bit more vibrant to start. So if we wanted to do little squares, you can go in and do some little squares. Do a row of little squares. And now we have, oops, flipped it off the table. Now we have a collection of little tidbit squares. Now what I did after that was to do the next one, I just went through and got rid of the next layer. And let's say I wanted to do stamps out of this one. I'm going to do my square one. But this one I wanted to do multiple colors. So I go through and maybe we'll just do a not really in half, but sort of. I use a little bit of some and a lot of the other. Like, look how cute that is with the pink and the kind of orange and the yellow. Purple and green. Now some are not as spectacular as others, but they are fun to do. And again, we just go through and trim those off. And since they are just garbage envelopes, it doesn't matter if we're getting rid of them. And maybe we want to do some circles. And for this, we're just going to go ahead and come on out of there. Now this one, the circle ends up being a little bit of the other color. Couldn't help it because that's where it is, but that's fine. And we'll go through and do that, and we'll do purple. Cute. All right, one last row. Now, if you had other shapes you wanted to do, you've got, like I said, ovals or tabs or stuff like that, and you wanted to cut those, by all means, go ahead and do that. This paper is definitely thinner, so you might have trouble if you've got some stamps or punches that are a little bit older and they don't want to cooperate. But let's see if we can do some a little bit more rectangle-y. Come on, get in there. There you go. so near the end, it's so thin. There we go. And last one. Now, if you really wanted to play, you could probably do something with those, but I am pitching them. Yeah, the green one is definitely darker, but there is some texture to it. It's hard to see, but there's definitely some texture to it. A little bit of the lighter colors seem to show through, but again, it's an experiment for what it's worth. Again, like I said, these were done already, but if you wanted to, like I said, do multiple colors on there with a little bit of hints of another color, or just do straight color, split colors, kind of a tricolor, blue, green, yellow. I don't know if I can get, I'd be able to get this little square in this last one. Now you could also just keep it as a strip and use that as a focal point on its own. Fun little options. I really like that strip because those colors were kind of fall-like, kind of vibrant. Yeah. Fun. I am getting so many of these. All right, so let me show you how, again, we'll color one of the lighter ones. And I think I'm gonna, just because it's kind of wonky, I'm gonna get rid of this. And get rid of the top part. I'm gonna live with that. It probably was glued shut at some point. Okay, let us color. Now, since it's lighter, I think I'm going to try some lighter colors, the pastel ones. All right, start with farther out. Move our way in. There we go. And we got a cool green. Thought that was going to be lighter. Nice. All right, so let's try a cool pink. And as you see, if you don't like if you think it's too light, you can always go over it twice and it darkens it up, shades it. There, I like it now. All right, let's try a pastel blue. Oh yeah, that's a nice color. Nice, kind of made a very light purple in between. All right, this says pale purple, but it kind of looks pink, but it says pale purple. It's a purplish pink. Ooh, that has a nice blend to it. Cute. Yeah, I like it. So again, once you got that done and you decide you want to do some, we'll do some circles, and I'm gonna do a circle that's got a little bit extra hanging off. Oops. like I need to sharpen this one. There's a bit of a divot on the end there. Cute. All unique. Never one of a kind. You probably couldn't even get the same two kinds to go at the same, two of the same tidbits if you tried. I guess if you just wanted to do, you could take the circle and do, you know, a couple yellows or something. You could do that. All right, let's get some. All right, see if I can do some solid stamps and go from there. So, all right, well, I think you kind of get the gist on this. I don't think I'm going to go through and show on video me doing the rest of these. This is definitely a project you could do when you're looking for something to do. Have some YouTube videos going, watching me at the same time. There we go. I like that one. As I was doing that, it might be kind of fun to make this kind of almost look like a sunset where you got a couple layers. You know, blues, oranges, pinks. Do them a little closer together and make sort of a sunset-y kind of look to it. Like I said, you don't have to cut tiny ones like this. If you got bigger, I got a big circle. It could be kind of fun to do that. But these tiny tidbits are really fun. And for this one, I think I'm just gonna trim that and keep that as a tidbit to add on to something. But yeah, let me show you my pile here. I can grab it all. Let's dump it onto something a little bit more reasonable to see off of. Some of them flipped over, but you can kind of get the idea for how long we worked on those. Not very long. Got a couple strips, but we also have a whole bunch of little colorful fun tidbits. Now if you just wanted more neutral colors, I'm sure you could go ahead and especially with this color, the white, and let's say we just wanted a beige. I'm gonna take it off of here so I don't actually paint through this. But if you wanted more of a beige color and have some neutral tidbits, we could do that. We got yellow ochre. Got something called sand. We got a warm gray. Something called potato brown. Let's see what potato brown looks like. Oh, that looks like. Oh, brown gray. I don't think I did brown gray. Nope. A little brown gray. And a little cool gray, just to finish it off with a couple strips. And you can even go back if you wanted to and add a couple more stripes in there if you felt like you wanted to change a color. But now I can cut those when they dry. A little bit more wet, this one's thinner. And I got some more neutral ones. for sure. I know this end is a little bit drier. I need to stop cutting with this circle until I can go ahead and sharpen it. Let's do a square. But yeah, so I got some neutral ones there. And some stamps. Cute. I'm not gonna stop cutting it, but you get the idea, right? So we can do brights, you can do neutrals, you can have tidbits till they're coming out of your ears, till the cows come home. Fun stuff. I like it. All right, well, if you like this sort of interesting bust a scrap video, a little bit more different than other ones I've done, please let me know in the comments. Let me know if you're gonna do something like this, or if you do something and end up using some sort of other mixed medium besides the alcohol markers. I'd love to hear, and I'm sure other people who might want to try this would love to hear something you used to try to do that. But yeah, so track down some of your envelopes. I really do like that one with the multicolors. I'll have to try making a rainbow sunset one to cut those out from. Yeah, so let me know if you try it and any of the techniques that you might have used. I'd love to hear about it. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Hit that thumbs up if you liked the idea. All right, that is going to be it for me today. I appreciate each and every one of you that has stopped by. And as usual, I hope you all have a wonderful and creative day. Bye for now.